Hi everyone. John and I are off on another Florida adventure. Today we are in the Withlacoochee State Forest. We entered through by the Richloam General Store, which we're going to stop in later. That general store started in 1928. It was opened. And what's really cool about it, it's run by the same family. And it's supposed to have the goods and wares of things that you would have seen in a store like that in the 1928 time period. So we're looking forward to that later today. But for right now, we are hiking, and hopefully we are going to get some good pictures. John's getting the camera equipment ready, and we're going to walk into the forest and look for wildlife. Try not to make too much noise so we can see them before they see us, maybe, for a change. We're not exactly graceful hikers, so a lot of times we don't get good pictures because we scare off the wildlife. John and I both had jobs where we worked 10, 12 hours a day. Didn't have time to get out and enjoy the great outdoors, all the beauty that Florida has to offer. So now, following this hobby of ours has been a great blessing. We never knew how much there was to the state. So much more than beaches and theme parks. We've been having fun learning about the birds. You know, we get so excited when we get a good picture of a bird and we Google it or get out the bird guide and try to figure out what bird it is we saw. Something that we never had a chance to do. There's our little Subaru Crosstrek. Does pretty good on these wet and muddy dirt roads, but there's some of them that yeah, the Subaru is not equipped to go down. It's pretty wet. Some of these roads through the Withlacoochee, I mean, you definitely need to be set up with four-wheel drive and I don't know, all the stuff that you need to go through high water. I'm learning how to be an outdoors girl. And maybe one of these days we'll get a big old truck. Of course, soon as we came down the road, before we had all our camera equipment ready, the deer ran across. And then you see two old farts fumbling through the car, trying to get the camera. And took so long, the deer got tired of waiting for us and ran across. Again, we are not the most graceful of hikers. Most of the time, if we get a good picture, it's because the wildlife takes one look at us and realizes that these two old fat people are not much of a threat. And they'll stand there. Wow, this is awesome. I lost John. So John and I have our camera. Got the GoPro. drove down as far as we wanted to on this dirt road. It's real wet out here, so, you know, two old farts don't need to spend the day getting the Subaru unstuck. I'm sure that might be in our future, but not today. So John and I just started hiking about a year ago. We're clumsy hikers. And even clumsier photographers. I think John just dropped something back there. Clumsy because, you know, when you're out hiking and you want to take pictures too, the two don't always mix. And the reason for that is, at least for us, is that when you're busy looking for wildlife, you're not necessarily watching where you're going. So it's easy to trip, you know, step in water. And my biggest fear is step on a snake. And then if you're busy watching where you're walking, you could walk right by, you know, a woodpecker or a, you know, a really cool bird and not even see it. So sometimes it's best, if you're looking for wildlife, to pick a spot and just wait for it to come to you. Also, John and I kind of make a lot of noise when we're hiking. And if the wildlife hears you, of course, they're going to run the other way. John has a fascination of taking pictures of trees. What? I was just filming you taking a picture of a tree. Yeah, I don't think we'll be driving down this trail. A little wet. So we are in the Withlacoochee State Forest. Looking for wildlife. We drove down as far as we could on this road, and it's got a little wet, so we don't want to get the Subaru stuck. We're gonna hike back in here and see what there is on this trail. It's really muddy. This is so much better than being at home with the news on and hearing all the events of the times. Just if you ever get stressed out listening to all the politicians and all the hoopla about this, that, or the other thing, just take a walk in the forest. That'll cure anything. So this area here that we're going to check out is the Richloam Fish Hatchery Fish Management Area.
Boys survive, so baby don't be mean. I'll cut back on the burgers, make vegetables routine, but I gotta have some bacon in my beans. I know that it would help my circulation, and hogs across the country would be glad. But beans with just a little salt and pepper can only be described as really bad.
She might let you step around there.
Can I just step around? That's so cool.
Hello.
That is wild.
It's 1925.
1925?
Mm-hmm.
Is this the original one that was here?
No, we had to replace it.
Oh, okay.
But the building is original. All the post office original.
This was the original post. How many people were in the town at that time?
1910, there was a census of 100 people that lived in just Richloam.
Ah.
There's 3 communities out here.
So this post office served 100 people?
Yes. You want to put the money in there? I'll hold it.
I want is the peanuts. This is just so cool. Oh, they have black cherry soda. Right there, straight ahead. No, we can put it in the cooler.
Do you want root beer?
I want a black cherry.
Oh, all right. Put this one away.
Well, you can get it. I'll put it in the cooler.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, so this one. You want something? Smoked meat?
What is that?